Springdale 279 rear living room half-ton towable fifth wheel at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. We're pretty familiar with this camper. We sold it, what, 2010 or 11, something like that. We sold it, delivered it out to some folks' site, and there it sat for about the last 5 years. So it hasn't had a lot of highway towing miles or back road miles or any miles on it, really. It's just had a lot of time sitting there getting used. There's some things I like on this. There's a couple things I think you should be aware of and you deserve to be aware of as we go. And keep in mind, we are taking the time to show you the good, the bad, the ugly, the highs, the lows, the ins and the outs of this camper so that you can make an actual educated decision about this thing. I don't want you driving 4 hours and finding out that, oh crap, it had a leak and nobody told you. Because this one has, in fact, had a leak in one spot. It's minor. I'm going to show it to you. I'm also going to show you things like that roof vent cover right there that a lot of other guys are going to miss or just pass over. I'm going to show you things that you can't see, like on this video right here, you can't see that the skin right here has delaminated slightly. What happens is over time, the pressure of gravity on a gooseneck causes this front part here to kind of sag down. That pressure causes compression, and it causes the skin to bubble back just a little bit. Like imagine if you took like a pop from McDonald's or something like that and squeeze the top of the cup, and then the lid will start to pop off, basically. Same concept. However, this is not water damage. If it was water damage, this would not be solid. This would be spongy and soft and be problematic. You can clearly see where the folks had done a good job of keeping on top of resealing this. There is a spot in the back where they were a little bit too late, and again, I'm going to show that to you. I think it's a minor deal, but you deserve to know about it. You know, these things are a lot of money. You deserve to know. A couple aftermarket things I spotted here. They have a big window awning right here because, again, they had this parked. They like to leave their windows open for ventilation, so they put an awning up there. They also added a really nice slide-out topper over this slide, and I tell you, that thing has done its job because you can see they probably had this parked by or next to a tree. This is a really nice slide topper, too, because it also has that aluminum shroud at the base of the awning. When this slide-out is rolled all the way in, that aluminum shroud is going to protect all the awning fabric and keep it in really nice shape, protected from the sun. This trailer has definitely been stored outside in the sun, but the fact that the stickers and decals are not just shredded from it tells me that they at least went over and washed, maybe like waxed it or something at least once a year. But they have done some basic preventative maintenance, and stuff like that comes back to comes back to pay you dividends in the long run. Got a nice ladder to get up to the roof here for maintenance and to clean off your slides before you run them in, all that kind of good stuff. I'm seeing a chunk of wire up here. My guess is they probably had like a satellite dish on the roof or something like that. Original owners had put a bumper mount bracket here on the bumper, so even though the folks that owned it last didn't really use that, the folks that owned it originally must have done a little bit of traveling with it. Now, you can't really see any damage back here, but this rear corner is where there has been a small leak at some point. Again, it's all been resealed, and all of this sealing is old. So, I mean, whatever happened a while ago. It probably crept in right there would be my guess. Everything looks to be sealed now. Everything looks to be fine today. In the past, though, unfortunately, there has been a leak, and I'm going to show you that on the inside, too. Again, I want you to get a good view of this thing. It could use a quick bath on the outside. It looks like it's, I guess, the reason it's been stored, the question is always, well, if it's in nice shape, why are the folks getting rid of it? Long story short, they're just getting a little too old for camping, unfortunately. It was just starting to become too much for them to manage. They didn't enjoy going up and down stairs to their bedroom and bathroom anymore, and they just kind of had to leave this portion of their life behind, It's just kind of how it goes sometimes. What that means for you guys is there's a pretty fair condition used fifth wheel here that I think you could do well with. They had swapped out the booth at some point. There used to be a booth here, and you can tell because they did a nice job. They got seam tape, which is these wall boards where there's seams. They bought that matching tape and covered up where the dinette used to be attached to the wall. So they did a nice job of replacing that with just a little couples dinette. And you see it's got a couple little extension leaves. They liked to sit here eating breakfast and look out the windows. I think that's pretty cool, actually. I like how they set that up. Old traditional inner spring hide-a-bed mattress back here. All of your shades, by the way, are 2-section day-night shades. They're all working very well, and these shades are very, very new. These shades are also very expensive. I would estimate they easily spent $500-600 putting new shades in this thing, and probably traded it in shortly after. Rear living here, rear lounge, whatever your preferred terminology is. A couple swivel rocker chairs. Now back here is that point of water penetration I told you about, and a lot of dealers are going to put this chair in front of it right here, and they're going to hide this from you. I'm not that guy. I sell a lot of stuff, but I sell it the right way, and I want you to understand what you're getting for your dollar. There has been a little point of water penetration back here. This board's fine. This is fine. This is where it's a little soft right here. It never got down to the floor. You can stomp on this all day long. It is totally solid. But that little piece of wall panel got a little saturated at one point. But it's not a big deal. It's a cosmetic thing. If it really, really, really bothers you, you could just replace a strip of wall panel and be done with it. It's not really hurting anything. It's unfortunate that it was there, but it's not affecting the use of the trailer by any stretch of the imagination. And I don't know if you noticed, but with just one hand I'm moving these chairs around. These are not big, heavy chairs. So if you do plan on towing, remember you have to move this chair in front of the door to run the slide in. It's not a big, heavy recliner that's hard to wield. It's an easy thing. Give you a nice big pass back here. Again, lots, scientifically speaking, on a scale of 1 to 10, this camper has about 1 billion windows. So you're going to get lots and lots and lots of ambient light in here. Your side windows on the slides here open for ventilation. Rear window opens for ventilation. This window next to this chair opens so you can get some sweet cross breezes in here. And the way I can tell you, guarantee that they put these shades in aftermarket, brand new from the factory, it is actually illegal to put cloth shades next to a fire source. That being said, I don't see that being an issue. Let's see, anything else back here? Pretty much killed it. Looks like we have a little countertop extension. Doesn't exactly match the woodwork of anything, so I'm going to guess that they definitely did. There's 2 of these here. So this is the one that came from the factory, then they added another one aftermarket. But again, they didn't scar up the cabinetry doing it, so you just get some bonus countertop space here. I like that there was the stovetop cover. That's going to work as 2 things. First of all, you can use it like extended countertop space, and secondly, when you are cooking, you fold that up and it's a grease shield, so you don't get grease splatters on your wall back there. One big thing I wanted to point out while doing this little tour is the mega pantry going on over here. Rear living room floor plans typically have next to squat for storage space in the kitchen, and this one's not going to have that problem. I opened a couple of these up here and you see that there's 2 more going down still. But you've got a huge pantry in this thing, and that's an area that, you know, manufacturers could make this floor plan a foot shorter without doing that. But I mean, it's not worth it. You need that storage space right there. I like how open this is too. I like it's nice and open and airy in here as a result. Built way before the day and age of flat screens being commonplace, so there is a big, deep entertainment center here. It's actually an advantage to an old entertainment center, and that is because the TVs used to be thicker. We have more storage space as a result. Also not a bad thing. Speaking of storage, oh, I just spotted. They had a little handle here so you could go upstairs. And they did a nice job kind of reinforcing that all the way down. You know, it's nice. A little attention to detail. They added a matching board on the other side too. Did a good job of that. I didn't really notice that until just now, how they had accomplished that pretty good. Gotta wonder if maybe this guy was an old carpenter or something. Typical classic front 5th wheel bedroom here. You are getting his and hers wardrobes. This is a aftermarket mattress. You know, nothing fancy here. It's not a high-dollar mattress by any means, but hey, it's better than the normal camper wafer bed. But speaking of storage, you also have next to the bath space this big floor-to-ceiling closet and dresser array. So you're getting all the normal storage from a 5th wheel, plus this big chunk right here. Now, in the bathroom, I spotted a couple things. First of all, the shower here, they had added, not only just, you know, they have the normal curtain, but they have this little pull door here, so you can lock that in place and have like a 2-tier system to keep water from dribbling out onto your bathroom floor. Also, I do see the bigger vent fan here, so you can really get some airflow. And if you leave one of your bedroom windows open and turn that thing on at night, you're going to get a nice breeze going at night. Really good sleeping weather kind of stuff. Give us a call, learn a little bit more. You know, we've tried to represent this fairly and accurately. I think this is a nice camper. I think if you're a first-time owner, you're kind of wanting to know what's it like to go camping? This is a nice way that you can get into that without going broke. And if you like it, great. You've got a nice trailer that's not going to devalue, provided you take care of it. And, it'd be an easy thing to trade up to. If you've like had a pop-up and you're thinking of going into a fifth wheel, great. This is a nice little option here. It's just a nice little camper. You know, it's had a little bit of history here and there. Those things have been addressed. They've been resolved. And she works. It's in working good shape here and ready for camping, I guess. Pretty simple. 800-256-5196. Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Stay safe. Happy camping.